Shine bright up all night. We're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes. We're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Hit that thumbs up button, please.
We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Well, hello. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. Hope you are well. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. You could have chosen to be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And I'm thankful for each and every single one of you. Today is April 11th, 2024, 6:58 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. It's good to see you all. A lot to talk about today. Definitely a lot to talk about. Another child from Tennessee is missing. I know. It's bad. I don't know what's going on in Tennessee. I don't know what's going on in the world right now, to be quite honest with you. It's like, it's bad. It's really bad. Thank you so much. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. Oh, thank you, proud Mimi. Thank you. I didn't see that. Thank you so much. Good evening, Justin and chat. Glad to be here with everyone. Thank you so much, proud Mimi. I really do appreciate you. You have no idea. It's been a struggle the last month, not having my other channel, and I just really appreciate you guys. In May, June, July, and half of August, I'm planning on hopefully being boots on the ground in a lot of different places this summer. It's where I have more time. Uh, Kids are out of school and all of that, so I have more time. So, my bad. Echo was on my end. Sorry. Okay. Okay. It wasn't mine. That's good. So, hopefully, we'll get to have some different boots on the ground this summer and get wherever we need to be. And hopefully, my big channel, will be back the end of May, May 28th, I think it is. So, yeah. All right. So, with that being said, we're only streaming on one channel today. We are streaming only on Clutch. Drew, thank you so much for gifting one membership. If you receive that membership, please give our beloved Drew a big thank you. But first, we need an approval process.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
The lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you so much, Drew, for gifting that. And you are approved, our new member. Thank you so much for becoming a Pearl. Thanks to Drew K. Means so much. You have no idea. Thank you. I thought I was late. Love ya. Oh, thank you so much, Manifesting. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. That's a song through YouTube. It's one of the songs that they let us use. So I really don't know. But I'll try to find it and put it in the description there. Hey, Smiley. Hey, Lip Block. Good to see you. Poppy, hello. It's good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. So we are going to be talking about a few different things. Now, yesterday we continued to talk about those lights outside. And Seth was on Pascal's and talked more about it. I'm be honest with you, I'm still lost. And Seth says, what does this have to do with um you know, a lot of people's asking about that. So hell is stoked a little hotter today with OJ. Yes, OJ dead of prostate cancer. You know something, what I was really hoping, and maybe it'll come out, maybe he has, but from what I understand, he did not admit to it still. And you would think that he did as much as doing this book. I think it was a book. It's called If I Did It, which is basically, in my opinion, exactly what happened, but it's a fiction book. I mean, he more or less admitted it in the book, yeah, but he didn't, it's if I did it. If I did it. Now, 2 lives were taken, and you know who I really feel sorry for? I feel sorry for OJ and Nicole's children. You read it? He did it. I mean, I think it's pretty much yeah. Oh my God, Proud Mimi, 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're definitely going to need an approval process for that. If you received one of these memberships from Proud Mimi, please give her a big thank you. It's very sweet. We need an approval process.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next
Get
stop
on the
is
train, Pearls.
Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I give in to the lesser electrified. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
All right, you five are approved. Thank you so much and welcome to the family. You are now a pearl thanks to Proud Mimi. That's very, very sweet. Yeah, so that is kind of crazy about OJ. I didn't even know he had cancer. So, by the way, after this live today, I will be on my third channel. It is called Hey Sweetie, Hey HeySweeTea. I may rename that channel just for a future reference. I don't know if I'm going to keep it that. What time did Chris get home after Sebastian went missing? Well, Turtle, he says that he got home, and I think everyone agrees with that, around 1 or 1:30 on that day. Now, in an in one of his things, we catch him. He says uh, that he got home that morning when he went missing. Camille, thank you so much, my love. You are so sweet. I texted you the other day. Did you get that? I texted you the other day. Love you, dear. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner, good riddance is what he said. Thank you, Camille. You beautiful soul. You. Thank you so much. Welcome to all the new members. We will do an approval process here in a little bit, I promise. So, thank you so much to the 5 new members. You replied? Okay. I've got so many messages right now. Just call me, girl. Call me anytime. All right. So, your shirt makes me want to sing When the Stars Go Blue by Tim McGraw. I like blue. I like blue. Okay. So, I see a lot of people starting to turn suspicious. And I don't know why, Shelby. I mean, why turn suspicion towards Seth? The man was at work. The man was at work. You know, besides, he's not going to take his son out without shoes or anything else. I mean, for God's sakes, that's ridiculous in my opinion. It's just ridiculous. Um, what channel is main channel to do membership? Frankie Mom, right now this is the main channel right for now. My bigger channel it's called Justin for All, and just had a little bit of hiccup on that channel thanks to a computer on YouTube. So, Ashley, thank you so much. What are people saying Seth failed the poly? Well, I have not heard that. I've not heard that. I think Seth would, and yeah, until you hear it from law enforcement, until you hear it, and that goes for Katie too. I don't really put nothing into a lie detector test, first of all. I think it's just crazy, to be quite honest with you. I mean, lie detectors, you know, it's a good tool, but do I put, you know, I don't put a lot of eggs in my basket that way. You know what I mean? Spooky wife Amy, thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot, truly. Thank you. So, JLR and Seth wrote that he kept falling asleep during the polygraph. Oh, that Seth kept falling asleep during the polygraph? Well, the thing, they're very easily manipulated. And not only that, what they do is they make you sit there for a significant amount of time and be zen, right? Just they want you to be zen. And then they ask you a question and then they'll wait some time normally. And then they'll ask you another question. Frankie's mom, thank you so much for becoming a member, my dear. I really do appreciate your support. It means so much. Nothing official on the poly. Um, guarantee you he did not fail that polygraph, in my opinion. I don't see him failing it at all. Susan, thank you so much, my love. I really do appreciate your super sticker. You are amazing. Thank you, really. So, shoulder diabetes, heart concern. Yes, yes. Oh, Shelly, thank you. Oh my God, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for gifting that membership. If you received that membership, please thank our sweet Shelly here. Thank you, Shelly. So kind of you. I don't blame him. Probably the first time. Yeah, yeah. He's, I always say actions speak louder than words, right? Actions speak louder than words, and his actions has certainly been looking for his son, Sebastian Rogers, rather than the Proudfoots just sitting there on their arse doing absolutely nothing. The appointment is, oh, hey, Jude. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much, my love. Very sweet of you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for gifting that membership. If you received that membership, please thank our sweet Saint Jude. Hey Jude, thank you so much. Hey, do you know where the CT camera was from? We're going to talk about that, Mike. We are going to talk about that. We got a lot to talk about. Now, Seth did try to clear some of this up. I just, the thing about it is this case is so big, right? It is. Everyone is talking about it. Everyone is on it. And we need to clear up as much misinformation as possible. So that's why I think this is important. But also, if it doesn't sit right with people, people are still going to talk about it, right? If it doesn't make uh sense, if it doesn't if it just doesn't sit right, it doesn't, people are still going to talk about it. And that is why I'm talking about it as well. Yeah, a misinformation task force. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I have nope. I mean, this channel, we are a channel that we talk about things that could have happened, as long as we speculate, in my opinion, responsibly, and don't consider that as fact, but as, you know a theory based upon what we know. I have no problem with it. So, but you know, you can't consider speculation as fact. You just make sure we completely understand that. They told that guy Sebastian ran away on his own. How could they know that even? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for saying that, Dino. If we, oh, I need to mod you. Oh, you are modded. Okay. Um, and that is what I always ask in our chat to do. If this is in your opinion, please put in my opinion. Or if you don't know something to be true, but you have heard this, yeah, you can put allegedly, or such and such said, or in my opinion. That way, we need to cut down upon misinformation as much as possible. It's, in my opinion, it's absolutely okay to speculate, as long as we know it's speculation. And there's that. So, all right, oh, I need to show you guys something. I need to show you all something. So earlier there is two vehicles in the Proudfoot's home. And I've got a couple different things to show you here. Make this big for y'all. All right. So there's Katie's van, another van, and then another car that is in the driveway. Now, extra Brinks van, maybe she's getting a new security system put in, right? Maybe. I've got a still frame on this that I will show you guys. That way you can see it. But what's going on here? Is this, I mean, to me, it looks like another Brinks van. But, you know, is it another Brinks van? Why would she have another Brinks van in? I tried to get the license plate, but I couldn't see. Like I couldn't see the last three. If anyone knows the license plate number, text me. And a little late for a security cam. Right, Wanda? Exactly. Exactly. But you know, what's the car? What's this car doing here? I mean, clearly could be painters too, for all we know. It could be anything, right? Right, Pamela, why now Sebastian is gone? I mean, she knows the importance of a security system more than anybody. And in the beginning of their interviews, people said, or I think it was on Duchess, they said, "Do you have a security system or cameras?" And they said, "Well, we're not going to discuss that." They absolutely did, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. What's the car doing here? I mean, yeah, it could be something like that. It could be something, it could be some type of even forensics. I mean, I have no idea. Could also be professional cleaners. Interesting. Interesting. If they are smart, Brinks will be as far, what did that say? As possible. So, I don't know. Is it really a Brinks van? Neither say so. Maybe van is supplied. Well, the thing that I don't understand is why would there be another Brinks van at her house? Ginger Snap, thank you so much. Does a yellow tag mean state-owned vehicle in Tennessee? I don't know. They're parked very close and tight together. We originally just thought it was just the van. I hope my electric doesn't go out, y'all. We have a tornado warning. So I'm praying. Ginger Jones, please read my comment above. How far is it up, Ginger? Let me see. In my opinion, maybe they are there to get information off the security systems backup. On Facebook, the person that took it said had Brinks on it. That's interesting. That's an interesting point. A lot of people, it could be something like that. It could be something like that. A lot of like tech or anything kind of, a lot of times will drive vans. They could be my yard is a lake. Oh goodness. So we'll just have to, I'm sure it'll come out. It's on bottom of video. Let me check here. What is the bottom? 2:39 p.m. today. Oh, it does. The small SUV in front of the van says Brinks 1 on side. It does say that. Look at this. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Make it a little bit bigger. Right there. 2:39 today. The small SUV in front of van says Brinks on one. Maybe they're there trying to collect information. Yellow tags are temporary trailer tags. That is not a trailer. That's a van. Maybe it's just a temporary tag in general. Think they are picking up the work van. Well, the thing is, I mean, why would they bring a car and a van to pick up her work van? You know what I mean? That's like an extra vehicle. Yellow tag is don't tread on me tag. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe the equipment. Yeah, they may be. I mean, they may have a, you know, maybe this is speculation, but maybe that they knew that they had service at the time, right? And maybe the service was removed, and maybe they are digging in a little deeper. We'll have to see. If you rip the service out or disable it in some way, maybe Brinks is there to talk about it. Now, apparently I'm assuming that they've went in the house, which means they've either have permission to go in the house, or that law enforcement may be even in one of the vans with them. We'll see. They may have even needed an award, a warrant. Just don't know. Law enforcement didn't process any of the other cars or the house yet. They only looked in them. I know. It's very, very unsettling, right? Very unsettling. So, someone messaged me or emailed me and found something very, very interesting, which we're going to go over that here in a little bit. But I want to show you, before we get into those lights and all of that, what Seth said. I do want to, Nick Baris put out something again earlier, and I want to read this to you. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps, gets the word out for Sebastian, and it lets people know that hasn't seen Sebastian. It pushes it out there. So please hit that thumbs up button. I would be very grateful. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would greatly appreciate if you would consider subscribing as well. All right. This is by Nick Baris 2 hours ago. A question I am continually asked: Nick, what would it take for Sebastian Rogers' case to become criminal? Fair question. Since searchers have found no sign of the teen, many are left to wonder, did someone do something to him? Take him from the area, question mark. Um, I can tell you no one close to the boy has been cleared by authorities, and the focus remains on the possibility of foul play. But no suspects have been named. The mystery of Sebastian's disappearance remains this as the autistic teen has been still missing for 46 days. The search continues, but many wonder what would take to officially open a criminal investigation and perhaps even seek indictments, question mark. Authorities say they won't rule out foul play, but have not said there is a criminal investigation yet. Sebastian's disappearance from his Hendersonville, Tennessee home more than 6 weeks ago. I wanted to know how authorities were still looking for the Hendersonville teen. They showed me. Since then, professionals and volunteers searching for the 15-year-old have found nothing. So, how does a teen with autism walk from a home barefooted in the middle of the night with a flashlight and just disappear? And I'm adding very cold. Experts say children rarely simply vanish completely on their own. Could others be involved in Sebastian's case? Question mark. Quote, we have not cleared anyone, but we have no evidence of foul play, end quote, said Eric Craddock, Sumner County Sheriff's Chief Deputy, though they certainly have theories. So, what would it take to call this now a criminal investigation? Question mark. District Attorney Ray Whitley says there needs to be something, physical evidence, blood, Sebastian's clothing, a flashlight, or security video, or an eyewitness implicating something. Okay. Well, if they haven't went over that house with forensically with a fine-tooth comb, and I'm assuming they haven't, then you can't find anything if you haven't looked for it. Just saying. At this point, the simple fact is there is nothing, period. But that's not to say they can't change. And General Whitley tells me he stays in contact with authorities ready to prosecute if it does. Sumner County EMA Director Winner says his crews are on call, ready to go when investigators with new leads on potential evidence. Quote, anytime the sheriff or TBI says we need to deploy, we go. We are ready to go, end quote. A sophisticated mapping system shows all the ground they've covered. Sadly, to date, no confirmed sightings and no indication whatsoever of what happened to Sebastian. Authorities still assume Sebastian is alive and hope he is found safe. If that's not the case, then his body must be found. Without it or any physical evidence, we may never learn what happened to the teen. Anyone with tips on Sebastian's case is asked to call 1-800 TBI Find. Please share. That's a little bit discouraging, to be quite honest with you. It's a little bit discouraging the way that sounds, in my opinion. I just think that law enforcement there and TBI flat out don't know how to properly investigate missing cases. Allegedly, Seth said his results will be out next week on Nancy. That will be good if true. That's awesome. Check messages. Okay, Smiley. I certainly will. Okay. Oh, good. Good. Thank you. Smiley, if you want to come up, you're welcome to. No pressure. All right. So we just got something new here. Um, let's see here. Here we go. Let me find it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Um, Smiley, how long ago was that put out? Oh, thank you, War Eagle. Thank you so much. We try to stay on top of it. Let me check something else here. Interesting. Hey, Chico.
Hey,
What you doing?
they were just telling me in the audience that they just put it out. I'm not sure. Probably about an hour ago, maybe. I don't know.
The only one I see is
They said it was a small segment. Charlie
the,
said it in the audience.
the only one I see is 5 hours ago. But we'll play it. We'll play it here. Okay, here we go. I'm so proud of you. You've learned how to share stuff now.
Dino taught me.
You are
I'm so
rocking
happy.
it.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to,
Do you have common sense
you
when
know,
it comes to investing your paycheck? Let's find.
okay, let's wait for this to get by. Yeah, it's so much better when you get to share stuff. Um, let me see here. It's a 30-second ad. I wanted to hear your opinion on something here in a minute,
Okay.
after this. What do you think about those vans?
I'm hoping it's a CSI van, but who knows? Um, it may just be she's changing the alarm. But why would she be changing the alarm now?
Oh,
You know,
exactly.
I
They
mean,
don't even freaking live there.
and it's and the only people that had it was, well, I don't know who all had it, but I'm assuming just like her mother-in-law. I mean, you know, where's the puppies at anyways? I want to know, did they take them?
They did. They took them.
Okay, so have they took everything out of the house?
Mm-mm. Nope. Nothing that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I was just saying in the audience a while ago, it'd kind of be silly if they had tenants come in, especially if they think he walked away or run away, because that, I mean, that would be a big, huge red flag right there. If it is tenants, they really need to go take somebody in for real. In my opinion, I don't know about that.
I'm telling you something. If nothing breaks in the next week or so, I'm really discouraged. I'll
Yeah,
be honest with you.
yeah.
All right, here we go. Why is there no audio?
That there is a criminal investigation into the Sebastian Rogers case. Why not? Well, I talked to District Attorney Ray Whitley about what it might take to perhaps make an arrest. Sebastian disappeared from his Hendersonville home more than 6 weeks ago. Since then, professionals and volunteers searching for the 15-year-old have found nothing, no trace. Have you found evidence of Sebastian yourself when you've been out there? No. So how does a teen with autism walking from a home barefoot in the middle of the night just with a flashlight disappear? Experts say children rarely simply vanish completely on their own. Could others be involved in Sebastian's case?
We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
though they certainly do have theories. So what would it take to call this now a criminal investigation? General Whitley tells me there has to be something, physical evidence, blood, Sebastian's clothing, a flashlight, or security video, or an eyewitness implicating someone. But at this point, the simple fact is there's nothing. But that's not to say that can't change. And General Whitley says he stays in contact with authorities, ready to prosecute if it does. Sumner County EMA Director Ken Widener says his crews are on call 24/7, ready to go when investigators contact them with new leads on potential evidence.
And anytime the sheriff's office indicates or TBI indicates where you've got an area of interest that we need to search, we're ready to go.
You can see the sophisticated mapping system showing the ground they've covered. Sadly, to date, no confirmed sightings and no indication whatsoever of what happened to Sebastian. Authorities still assume that Sebastian is alive and that he will be found safe. If that's not the case, then his body must be found. Without it or any other physical evidence, we may never know what happened to the teen. Nick Baris, News Channel 5.
That's so discouraging.
It is.
I'll be honest with you. That's
It
so
is.
discouraging. I mean, the TBI never name suspects. They don't
Right.
name suspects like this. It's apparent.
Yeah. And I say read between the lines. I mean, they know, in my opinion, and they put themselves in there. They put Katie in there at least. And
Well, I mean, hell, like, I mean, like who was it? Peter Hyatt said. He said the one good thing that Seth did is he got this he got this case rolling by his behavior, right? I'm paraphrasing, but I mean, he, people's going to react naturally.
yeah.
It's just craziness. Okay. So, Smiley, one thing I am very conflicted on in this case is those camera footage that we see 1/4 of the footage in. Now, I absolutely love Seth, right? And I support him 1000%. 1000%. And so I want to believe, he said without a doubt it is a trash truck. The problem is it does not look like a trash truck at all. It just doesn't. And we know which camera that it came from, and I will show you which camera that it came from and the angle that it came from. It came from, oops, this camera right here.
Right.
And it would have been taken this way. Now, remember, this was February. There would have been no leaves, and you know how Tennessee is during the winter. It is barren, right? Nothing.
Yep.
Everything is just gray and all that. Justin, can you circle the lights and just overlays the lights? You see, I don't know. It's only 1/4 of the screen. You know what I mean? It would be very hard to do that. We haven't seen, and it's supposed to be a 15-minute photo. And that's my next point. Nick Baris asked what the photo was, and the sheriff said it's not relevant as of now to this case. And Nick asked, well, then what is it? And the sheriff said, I can't tell you. But if it's not relevant and if it is a trash truck, why can't you just say it's a trash truck? He said it may be relevant later. We don't know what we don't know.
Mhm.
Thank you, Darcy. My heart breaks for Seth. People are turning on him since he answered a question about the polygraph in chat. People need to leave Seth alone. I agree. We will always be here for Seth. That's not the camera. That's not the camera. Then which one does he say it's from? Because he says it's not from behind the house. This is the only camera. And then we've got the video of part of that video. So let's this is what I want to play for you,
Okay.
because on Pascal's someone asked him in the chat, and Seth just kind of randomly came up pretty quickly, kind of unexpected, and this is what he said. Credit goes to Pascal show. Link is in the description.
A couple questions for you, because I got some people that have been asking some questions. So Brandy's asking, can you clarify the flashlight video? And I think I'm assuming she's talking about the flashlights that are floating around. Now, we've talked about.
Seth said the house on the corner. Well, which house on the corner? Because this one's on the corner. I mean, let me know. I mean, it could be from the other.
This ad nauseum on the show before, but if you can, if you don't mind, just
we'll look at on down.
Maybe just hitting the hammer on the nail or whatever. You know what I mean? Just solidify
Right.
one fell swoop.
That camera was, probably 600 yards away. And the lights that you see on there,
yeah,
one of them actually does not move. But as it was explained to me, the other one was the flashing. It was a light on top of the garbage truck, so they can see where their camera is to pick up the trash can.
Okay.
And it was catching trees on the way back. That's why it moved faster. And the other,
he said, was catching trees on the way back. Now, why do we only see 600 yards away? I understand that, but shouldn't you see some sort of headlights or flashing or?
See, I would have thought you would have saw the headlights from the trash truck itself, like, just like you do a car. I mean, one on each side. But now we're hearing that it's the top of the truck, and I'm just totally confused. I never really took, once Nick said at the very beginning that, I mean, he put it out, but once he said at the very beginning after that, then Ellie said, it wasn't important, just like you said, and never mind all that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just never really thought about it anymore, because I just thought, well, because I couldn't make anything out with it. To be honest, you got people saying, well, I can see body shapes and I can see this and I can see that. And I think people just took it and run with it. And honestly, I just didn't think it was important. I mean, it may be down the line to LE, but in my eyes, I just didn't. I've never really fooled with it. I can't make anything out with it.
What gets me more than anything is the sheriff is saying, what's the news, Mike? What's the news? Mike gives me news all the time. What I don't get about it is why the sheriff won't say it was a damn garbage truck if it's a garbage truck.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's where I come in at. I think that
Thank you, Laura.
I still think they're holding a lot of stuff close to them, and maybe they figured out exactly what it was and early on, and maybe they want to take that off the table and keep to themselves.
Thank you, Mike.
That's what I'm kind of feeling, and
Well,
maybe that's something they don't want the public to know, or
privately.
maybe
But privately, the sheriff asked Nick, "Where did you get that?"
Mm-hmm.
And Nick said, "I can't tell you my sources."
Yeah.
why does it? I mean, if it's nothing, why does it? Why does it matter? That's what I'm saying. All right.
But it
Go
may be, it actually may be something that they just don't want out there. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so hush hush about it, they're probably like, you know, and they're saying they don't have nothing, but it may really be
I don't think it was.
something.
I don't think it was supposed to be leaked either. Okay, now listen to this.
One was literally a stationary light, but whoever sent it to somebody just moved the camera so it looked like it disappeared off the camera and then moved it so it looked like it came back on because somebody recorded that from a video instead of sending the whole video.
Gotcha. Now, here's the thing, though, guys, because this is the one piece, and I think this is the reason why that super chat was asked. Is that footage is weird?
It's weird.
I mean, as far as those lights are moving around, it doesn't look like a stationary light on a car. You understand what I'm saying? It does not look like a stationary light on a car. It looks like somebody's holding it and moving around, walking around. So, what are your thoughts on that?
See, that's the thing. I just don't understand the moving in two different directions.
Mm-hmm.
Like how I mean, if it's a headlamp, fine.
See, what if they told it wasn't supposed to be leaked and it got leaked and they told Seth, because they can lie to you, and they told Seth it was just the garbage truck, but it wasn't. What if it was really Katie they figured out outside walking,
Mhm.
and they need to keep that to themselves?
So, another thing that is interesting is Seth said I guess he saw the video of supposedly Sebastian taking out the trash, but you couldn't tell it was Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
You could just tell someone was taking out the trash.
Yeah, and see, this is my opinion only. This is me. And I always say on my lives, I'm going with the last, because that's what Seth will tell you. I've heard him on every other show. He says the reason that they showed him that is because he's been begging for a long time
Proof of
to
life.
see the last proof of life, and they showed him the steakhouse. Okay, that's what I'm going at, the last proof of life, because you can see that clear with Katie going out. However, they went on to show him the one with Sebastian, or supposedly Sebastian taking out the trash. However, nobody, not even law enforcement, can prove that that's Sebastian. And in my opinion, I have thought about this and thought about this and thought about this. In my opinion,
What's
I
the
do
attic
not.
location?
I don't think that was Sebastian, unless they can get
I don't know what
their
you're
high
talking about.
tech CSIs or whatever to prove that that was Sebastian. In my opinion only, I believe that was Katie dressed in black, and I don't think that was Sebastian taking out that trash. That's just me in my opinion, though.
Right.
I mean, everybody else can think what they want. That's just me,
Hold up,
because it was grainy and you can't, you can't see it. And I just don't know. I don't think it was.
What's the attic location, Cobalt? I don't understand what you mean by that. All right, listen to this.
That piece.
Well, I saw the video.
Okay, so you saw the full video.
It's not. Yeah, I saw the whole video. But it's literally, it's not even from behind the house. That video comes from a different angle.
Somewhere
it is not behind the house.
Somewhere completely different. Okay, I see. Interesting. I guess some people are wanting to know too. So you're telling us that you saw the actual garbage truck attached to that light.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, we can put that to rest, guys. We can put that to rest.
Oh, Deborah, thank
Okay.
you so much. Sorry, I was muted.
Cakes,
Now,
go ahead.
right, the video
The
is
cash
weird,
transfer,
but
appreciate you.
like I said, it's
We're going to look at the other location. Just relax. It's okay. We'll get it.
correct.
Okay. Okay, we can put that to rest, guys. We can put that to rest. Okay. Cakes,
Now,
go ahead.
right, the video is weird, but like I said, it's like somebody was watching the video and then took their camera phone and sat there and only recorded the top right-hand corner of the video.
Yeah, which is weird. Which is still very, very
somebody
weird.
wanted their 15 minutes of whatever and gave it to you know who for his 15 minutes of whatever.
And you know, Seth he's upset about that. And again, I don't know why someone would only take a fourth of a screen. I think that's weird in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think it's completely weird that if it's a trash truck, just say it's a damn trash truck.
Yeah.
The trash truck ran. Okay. I don't know.
Did we ever
Yeah.
establish
What's that?
though that it was that early? I don't think they come that
Well,
early though.
The time was the time was of the clock was broken, and it's. I'm sorry, Sarah. Maybe they were out at the same time as the trash trucks with flashlights. Oh, I don't know.
I get it. Yeah, it's
I don't know why somebody did that. We're talking about trying to find a missing child.
right. It is weird. Because it also makes you wonder, okay, if you saw a pickup sorry, not a pickup truck. If you saw a garbage truck in the footage,
Yes.
then why on God's green earth is that footage pitch black with a bunch of white dots? That's the one thing I'm still trying to understand there.
Exactly. Me too.
Was the footage manipulated to make it look even more mysterious? Or did it look exactly like what we all saw when it first was leaked?
It was dark, and they were recording it from the other side. It was the trash truck doesn't come in front of the
Hold on. Cobalt, what are you talking about? What is this attic thing that you're wanting to know? I don't understand even what you're talking about.
that video.
Do you know what he's talking about? An addict? I don't know.
I don't know either.
The recording from the other side to where it's coming down a different street.
That it's coming down a different street.
Okay.
So we're going to look at these streets in a second.
Man. Okay. Man, oh man, I'm sorry. Because in my head, I'm of course, all the pieces that we have. Go ahead.
The last thing I want,
right?
The last thing that I want is Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot to have done something to my son. Period.
Of course, that's the
and that right there was like I think that the person that put it up there was just trying to create drama.
You would think.
And they did it. They created drama.
So then, Seth, let me ask you this then. Has there been any pieces of evidence aside from this flashlight?
Oh, so are they saying, has anybody checked the attic above the bonus room? You're mute.
Thing, which looked like fireflies in the dark. Has that?
Shit, sorry. I'm muted again. Mike, I completely understand that the let me find his. The CCTV was just a misunderstanding. Okay, I have no problem with that. We are only seeing 1/4 after all, and a few seconds of that. Seth said it was a 15-minute video. I have no problem that it is a trash truck, like Seth said. The problem I have is, why is the sheriff not just saying it's a damn trash truck? Right? I mean, put the fire out. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house has been searched numerous times. My God, people drive me crazy with the people still say Summer Wells is in the house on 110. I'm like, guys, do you know how many times that house has been literally torn upside down?
Yeah, but I do want to say something. Oh my gosh, this is killing me. Yeah. Listen,
But he could
when
still hold on. 1 second, fine. He could still say it's just a trash truck. Put it to bed. Even if
Mhm.
there is something else on it, say it's a fucking trash truck. That's all I'm asking. You know what I mean? Just tell me it's a trash truck so I can move on with this.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that reminded me when Candace Wells Bly says pretty much that Katie Proudfoot is guilty, y'all better sit up and pay attention. Let me tell y'all, that's a fact. And that's not a rumor, that's a fact. I saw it myself.
Yeah, and she said anyone that moves away is suspect. I'm like, you moved away, and the only reason y'all came back is because the police made you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can't make this up.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm going to lose my mind, Smiley,
I
if
know.
they do not find Sebastian.
I know
I'm
they
going
need
to
to do.
lose my mind, because if you can't find Summer, God, please find Sebastian
I know.
right
And
now.
listen,
Like, come on.
Summer didn't have all the things that Sebastian has. I can't get over it. The Secret Service, the freaking, I mean, everybody and their brother cats, mama dogs, everybody has looked for him. Every agency you can think of has been brought in. I mean, and they're still and out there pounding the pavements. The father, everybody, volunteers, they're begging people and going in on feet. They've knocked on doors, and it's so, in that aspect, it's so unlike Summer Wells, and nada, nothing, nada.
Yes. But
It's
Mike,
driving me
that's
insane.
fine. The trash truck would have been apparent in the full video. Kumbaya, no problem. Tell me it's a trash truck. Just, it's a trash truck. Don't say I can't tell you what it is. I mean, you can say I can't tell you what it is, but then everyone's like, but Seth is telling it's a trash truck. And I believe Seth overall. I mean, I believe him. I mean, he is, I mean, the only thing I could think of is if, that wasn't supposed to be out there, and he's just like, just tell him it's a trash truck. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
understand why Nick only did. See, this is the thing that drives me nuts as well. Why would Nick only do 1/4 of a video?
Right.
That's, in my opinion, kind of messed up to begin with. That's kind of messed up. But is there something on that 3/4 that we're not supposed to see?
Yeah. Possibility. Maybe it was done to make somebody say something or do something and it just didn't happen.
Well, the way the sheriff told Nick, privately, where did you get that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll play this for you here in a minute, that after this, and this is what.
There
Okay.
been any footage or evidence that you feel that was fabricated or was planted by another party just to throw you or law enforcement off a beaten path?
I wouldn't know, because the only thing that I have found were the glasses, and then the videos that they have showed me to make sure that they understood that they weren't hiding anything from me.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else, they're going to keep close to the vest, because they're not going to give me anything that's going to blow the case wide open. They're going to keep all that stuff
Well,
close if they think it's permanent. The only reason I got to see the video of Texas Roadhouse
Mm-hmm.
was because I asked for proof of life.
Okay. I have a few more questions for you. Welcome to me.
Hi.
Let me ask you these real quick. So you saw Texas Roadhouse.
all right, so that's all of that. Now, I want to show you. Let me show you the part that I'm talking. If they know it's a trash truck, how would it become useful in the future? Well, I mean, unless they put something in the trash truck, it could be useful later. But still, telling us that it's a trash truck doesn't mean they put something in it or not. It just means there was a trash truck there.
Yeah, and that
Thank you,
video
sweet
was
pepper.
before they searched the landfill, wasn't it? Didn't that come out before?
The video came out, and the next day, the very next day after that video, is when they started searching the
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah. So I really don't think that was supposed to be leaked. If it really was a trash truck or something, I really don't.
Yeah, garbage runs are perfectly normal. That's what I don't understand, and it's driving me nuts. Because clearly he did not want it out. All right, I think we're almost there.
Will not rule out foul play, but they will not say that there is a criminal investigation into the Sebastian Rogers case. Why not? Well, I talked to
Oh, hold
District
on. This
Attorney
is
Ray
one I
Whitley
just played
about.
earlier. Crap. Where was it? Maybe it's this one. Nope, it's not that. Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it here in a minute. Yeah, it just drives me. It's driving me bonkers. It's driving me bonkers. Now, we'll get back to that in a second, but I want to play something from Chronicles of Olivia that someone caught. I did not catch this. And it's at, let me find it, what the marker is. The marker is at 3:59. Okay. All right. Credit goes to Chronicles of Olivia. My girl. She's so beautiful, Chronicles is, or Olivia is. And her
She's
mother.
so sweet.
Have you met Olivia?
I've never met her, but you can tell she's a real sweet girl.
Let me tell you something. Her mother, oh my God. If I didn't have my grandmother who raised me, I would
Uh-huh.
want Olivia's mom.
Oh.
She is the most caring, sweet soul you will ever meet. Every
Yeah.
time I see her, like, she is just an absolute caregiver, and
Oh.
she is just the sweetest. Yeah, her mom. Yeah, mom's security. Yeah, she's just the sweetest soul you could ever meet. I mean, just wholesome as they come.
That's
I
wonderful.
love her. All right, so we're in this part we're listening to Katie talk, and at 3:59 she starts to say something and then quickly corrects herself. And then after that, that's when she starts the pecking. But I noticed all the pecking and everything, and when she started getting nervous, but I didn't notice this part. And this is why you can watch something 100 times, and then the 101 time you will pick it. And this person picked it, and I was like, that's pretty interesting.
Watch, and then he comes out after I come back, and he likes to scare me. But after I looked, and I mean, mind you, all of this took place in like 1 minute flat. But I didn't see him in his room. I looked all over. I ran through the whole house. I looked out all the doors and windows, and I was like hollering his name. And I picked up the phone and I called my husband, and I said, I can't find him. And he said, what do you mean? I said, he's not in this effing house. I can't find our son. And I jumped in my car and I drove around the neighborhood, and I drove over by the school, and he's already at this point I was like,
Did you catch it? Did anyone catch it? Yeah. He's going to cough here in a minute. It's whenever she starts, it's right after he jumps. So I jump in the car and he's already. Yes, he's already. And then who's he?
Oh, okay.
Listen
Yeah.
to this again. It's at 3:59.
I picked up the phone and I called my husband, and I said, I can't find him. And he said, what do you mean? I said, he's not in this effing house. I can't find our son. And I jumped in my car and I drove around the neighborhood, and I drove over by the school, and he's already at this point I was like hysterical, and I was crying.
She's already.
Yeah, she caught herself.
Yes, and she's very anxious here. And then he's going to cough here in a minute, and she's
That's
going
to
to
give
start
her a code.
to
Yeah.
I absolutely believe it.
Yeah.
I was screaming.
I'm going to play this.
And
there you go.
he was
Yeah.
Watch this.
And I drove around the neighborhood, and I drove over by the school, and he's already at this point I was like hysterical, and I was crying, I was screaming. And he was like, three-wayed. He three-wayed law enforcement.
She's very anxious at this point. She starts the pecking. She's trying to get it, right? Trying to get it. He three-wayed. He three-wayed. She says it twice. Oh, it's completely.
And was telling them like, our son is missing and we don't know what's going on. And he was like, go back to the house, they're on their way. And I ran back, drove back to the house.
If Smiley, if she's on the phone, why is he, why they're on a three-way call to the law enforcement, why is he saying go back to the house, the police are coming?
Right.
You're on the freaking phone with him.
Yeah.
I mean, if the police are coming, you're on the phone with law enforcement, Chris. You're going to know that they're on their way. He doesn't need to tell you to come back home because they just told you.
Yeah, none of that makes sense. I get this strange feeling because even in my interview, he put himself there 2 or 3 times. I just like the windows. We would have heard, and and we would have saw the shadow and the camera. If the front door was open, was he home? And I mean by that, was he there because I know his car wasn't there, it would have been caught on camera. But was he not supposed to be there because of CPS or whatever reason? And I've thought about this. Was his car parked at his family's house, and
Bingo.
and she drove him there in her car for the weekend or whatever,
Yep.
and they knowing their cameras there, he could have ducked down in the car and got in out at the garage and went in the house. I'm just wondering.
I absolutely think that he was not supposed to be there at that time, and uh, he came home. I believe that's why he won't say, uh, that he was home, and because he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah. And I don't know how true it is, but I've had multiple people and a person's wife tell me he absolutely was not at work on Sunday or Monday for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's just sources that I have that has come to me and told me that. So
With
I
his
don't know.
job, as much as he gets, uh, and the area that they're working, I don't see them working weekends.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, and this is just my opinion and my opinion only. Um, and somebody's like, Smiley, you're just telling the story like you want. No, I'm telling the facts how they are. And this is how I believe it to be. And you can't take that away from me. This is real life, people. Wake up. Also, you're going to tell me that Ellie is going to show the last proof of life to Seth of Sebastian going out to the car. Okay, that's the last proof of life. Yay for Ellie doing that. But here's the thing, Justin. Don't tell me they don't know who's in that restaurant or who was in that restaurant eating with her. Think about it. Restaurants get robbed all the time. Now, let me tell you something. They have cameras in there. Look, I was born and raised there. I grew up there. There was McDonald's, Captain B's, right there on Gallatin Road. That same road you can go straight down through East Nashville right there. That's been right. Look, you cannot tell me they do not have cameras and know who sat at them tables. People's been putting the freezers there and left. I'm telling you, they
What
know who was in that restaurant.
they do, but I will say that from what I understand, JLR has talked to them inside, the waitresses, and they said it was only Chris, or not, sorry, pardon me, Katie and Sebastian.
Yeah. Well, that may be true, but I'm just saying you just can't tell me they don't know who was in there. So was anybody in there watching them? Was anybody whatever? I don't believe it was anybody but her and Chris had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. That's the way I feel. And you said JLR spoke with it. What happened to the sister-in-law? I thought she went out to eat with them.
No, that day she didn't go out to eat. Uh, what happened was they went to BJ, or sorry, they went to BJ's. Then they went bowling, and then I think they went to BJ's, and then BJ's they went and brought the stuff back home, and then I guess they split at that point, or she dropped them off or something, and then they went home. They went to one of the neighbors' houses for a minute or something,
Yeah,
and then they went to the steakhouse.
yeah, yeah. Because I heard somebody said that um their cousin came over or whatever. So I don't know whose cousin, but if Sebastian was the cousin or or the sister-in-law's little boy. I'm not sure. whoever's house they stopped at. Is what I'm talking about. But
Maybe this one's it. I'm trying to find that thing.
it's a sad situation, and he just needs to be found. I'm like you. It's gone on way too long.
It's gone on way, 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 way too long.
Yeah.
Bear with me. I'm trying to find. Damn it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find this video. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. We'll go back to that in just a second. I'm jumping all over the place, but for a reason. All right, let me.
In the Parkersburg.
Okay, 1 second. 30 seconds. Deborah Woods, thank you so much, my dear, for becoming a member. I appreciate you so very much. It means so much to me. Laura, thank you so much. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support. And Deborah, thank you for one member for 1 month. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated right now. Well, all of it. Okay, let me find it.
In recent weeks, some have wondered, is enough being done?
We're doing everything we can do. Every time a tip comes in, we follow up on it.
Eric Craddock is chief deputy with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office and heads up the investigation. He sat down for an exclusive one-on-one to talk about what they do when there are few new leads.
I think in the absence of information, what we'll continue to do is go back over everything we've already done once, put a fresh set of eyes on it.
To that end, Craddock says searchers recently found a pair of glasses, which they are checking to see if they belong to Sebastian. He says the parents continue to fully cooperate. Any evidence of foul play?
We have
Here we
not
go.
cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
I asked about exclusive home security video obtained from the neighborhood the night Sebastian disappeared. You can see two suspicious light sources, which we've circled here, in an area behind the teen's home. Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
See what I'm saying? See, he's saying, I think law enforcement is.
Yeah, that's I see what you're saying.
But all right, I'm gonna find Mike's email. Mike. Okay, never mind. I found it. Okay, so Mike is saying that it's makes 0 sense, right? Now, 199 Huckles Honeysuckle Drive. Okay. All right. 199 Honeysuckle Drive, Hendersonville. That cannot be that place. Mike, you're saying it came from over here? The video camera came from over here? 199 Huckles. Right here. To here. It's crazy, isn't it?
That's far, isn't it?
Mm, let me see here. That's very far. That is not the common area. I've not heard this. Um, let me see how far these are from each other. Measure. That's 361 yards, if that is true. But I have not heard that. So my question is, why, if that is true, yeah, Seth said it's not behind the house. This is the camera I've always thought it was. Hold on, let me find it. Right here. Now, the problem with that is, then why is Nick saying it's from the common area? He's the one with the video. It's right down the street. It could be. Right.
See,
Seth
and
is guessing with the 600 view. Of course, yeah.
I just assumed it was the house behind it, but that's just my assumption. The White House. Because that would be a corner house too, right?
What's that?
The White House, but right behind it.
Well, I mean, that's not a corner house, is it? I mean, I don't. That's like an end of a
I didn't know
road.
that.
To me, this is the corner house. I don't know. It's so this part is so frustrating to me because everyone is saying maybe he calls the grass common area. Well, he just said in this video, that's the thing. Listen, this is so frustrating to me because yeah, I mean, well, I can't get an answer. Like, I don't. Okay, watch this. Now, why the hell is it not playing? It's gonna make me restart it and do a 30-second commercial, isn't it? Thank you, Quinta. Did CP take the poly with TBI yet? It's a good question. Why don't you come up, Guidance? What's that? What's that? Oh, okay. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me replay this damn video. This thing is not gonna make me do it again. Because he clearly says, and this was taken April 2nd, 9 days ago, week and a half ago. He again says it.
On today's Common Sense, we're talking about risk tolerance when it comes to investment.
It's like diversifying your.
I want to know. I mean, is Nick, not telling us the right area? Did he get this video from someone else and not the direct source?
Anything's possible in this case.
Yeah.
Sebastian Rogers, but with few. To that end, Craddock says searchers recently found a pair of glasses, which they are checking to see if they belong to Sebastian. He says the parents continue to fully cooperate. Any evidence of foul play?
We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
I asked about exclusive home security video obtained from the neighborhood the night Sebastian disappeared. You can see two suspicious light sources, which we've circled here in an area behind the teen's home.
Behind.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So behind it would be the White House. Is that not right?
Well, we don't know who Nick got it from, Elisa. That's the thing. We have no idea who he got it from. He hasn't said who he got it from. We can assume that, but again, that's only an assumption. He's not going to tell us sources. So every Monday the light shine the same from the trash truck. Wish a neighbor would let us know. I don't know. What frustrates me, two things that frustrate me. One is the chief saying, you can't tell us what it is. Well, three things frustrate me. And where did you get that? And then the third thing is the area that it came from. Nick is still saying it came from behind the house. All right, guidance. Let me find your video. Okay, here we go. Credit goes to guidance. She supposedly made a video. Is it a short or is it a... It's got to be a short because I don't see anything. Okay, here we go. Is it this one? What is that? Caught on video escaping a church. You're gonna have to send me a link to it because I don't see it. Oh, you already sent it. Hold on. Okay. Yes. I mean, that's what makes the most sense to me personally, too. It's the direct... Make this bigger. I mean, this is the, the shot to the... But I don't know, Mike, what's your source for 190 honeysuckle? Could someone have hacked into security camera? Really? No, I don't think so. Did Mike say anything? What's Equa Search on duty, Ron? He has, yeah, he does have 4 PIs on this. Yeah. It just blows my mind about this chief. Like, you would think he would want to clear up something. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Don't get it. Are you there, Smiley?
I'm here. I'm just trying not to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I hope to God, I just pray to God that they find. Did Chris ever take the poly? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, but I would like to find out. You would think he would be coming out saying if he did or not, but I have this feeling they might have lawyered up. I don't know. They've been awful quiet.
No, I mean, listen, Desire, you're right. We don't deserve any answers. We're not required to feed anything, but something that is already out there, right? And you know, I believe that there is a trash truck on there because it's Seth. But what I don't understand is why Nick either took or got and would only show 1/4 of a video, which to me that's not cool, to be quite honest with you. It's just not cool. And I don't see how that they can say that is a trash truck. Now, there may be a trash truck on the other parts of it, the other 3/4 of it, but those two things that we saw, I do not believe is a trash truck. Now, it's again on the other 3/4, there may be a trash truck, but I don't see 2 lights going this direction is a trash truck. I just don't see it. I don't see how anybody sees that. And again, with the location, Nick is saying it's in the common area. How does he know that? You know, why is the chief saying can't tell you what it is?
And here's the thing. They say we don't deserve, what they say, we don't deserve any answers. How they just put that?
Someone just said we don't deserve any answers or something like that. I don't know.
Well, we don't deserve any answers, but Sebastian deserves to be found. And here's the thing.
Well, I think they mean by they don't have to tell us anything. The law
Well,
enforcement.
I know they don't have to tell us anything. We all know that. And I'm not being rude to anybody, but you know, and they tell me that on my channel. I don't know who said that, so I'm not being rude to anybody. I'm not trying to be. But here's the thing, everything does matter. Everybody matters that has been in or around Sebastian's life ever, because anybody could be a part of this. We never know. Never know. And that goes for whether Katie and Chris don't know anything at all about this, and Sebastian may have went to somebody that was prior in their life that Katie hired, whether it be a babysitter from Hip Gallatin that I keep bringing up, strangers, anybody. We never ever know. That's for law enforcement to figure out. But here's the thing, when people come up with this and say that to us, I'm going to let it stop bothering me. I don't know about anybody else. I can only speak for me. But here's the thing. What people need to understand is we would not know anything about these missing kids had it not been for the news and for the parents or step parents or whoever bringing it to YouTube and to us. This is our so-called jobs, whether we get paid for it or we don't. And again, I'm not trying to be ugly, but what they bring out, that's just what we do. It's life. It's Seth said it himself. It's curiosity. It's human nature. And we're going to have questions. Some law officers you see in these cases say, bring it, media, we need your help, whatever. So I just don't think it's fair to keep pounding that. And again, that person I'm not specifically speaking to, they said something and I just wanted to say that and bring it out because I just don't think it's fair all the time to keep beating social media up. That's all I'm saying. Everything matters. These children matter. These victims matter. And everything and everybody in their lives or prior to or, in matter. Period. That's all.
Hey, did you see in one of those one of Sebastian's groups on Facebook
Mm.
about allegedly one of the channels that I don't know if they're a channel, but they're underwater divers about one of the don't say it. Don't say the word if you know what I'm talking about. But did you see that?
It was sent to me today and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like, can this get any worse? We're talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah.
The chart. Yeah.
Did anybody see that? Jim 57, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Did anyone see that about I don't know the company or the I was like, oy vey. So one of the underwater searchers companies is allegedly a RS, right? RSO.
Yeah, for I think a 13-year-old. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. And I'm not going to say like I don't even remember to be honest with you which company it is, and I'm not going to say it on here, and I'm not going to say the person cuz I don't even remember the person. But it was on one of the
We'll just say it was a diver.
some diver.
I was just
No. It's not Adventures with Purpose. It's one that was
pretty
if I'm
recent.
correct, it's one that was with Sebastian's, right?
Yeah. Yep. Very recent. I was like,
Please don't put any
yeah,
names,
don't put
any
anything.
creators. If you do, delete it, please, mods. Nope, we're not gonna put any no names. No names, delete it. No, it wasn't.
I was just like, just when you think things are rolling through.
No, he did not find a 13-year-old. This is allegedly. Could y'all please not put names in? Please
That
delete
don't
it
cause
yourself.
They don't follow directions too good.
Well, there's a 10-second delay. So by the time, like I'm saying this right now, they're not going to get it for 10 seconds. So that's why there's a 10-second delay between what you and I are saying till they get it. Sometimes it's 15 seconds. So that can be why people put things in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't want any I don't even remember the name, but I did see that in chat and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, it come to my mail. The charges and everything. I was like, it just couldn't get any more bizarre.
yeah. Yeah."
I did want to say, well, maybe I
I don't
shouldn't.
know how long ago it was or anything like that. It could have been, which I don't care. I mean,
It's still
they
the
cannot
same.
be rehabilitated, these people. I mean, that's just the
Mhm.
truth. It's why they're on the offender list.
And nobody should have a platform. I don't feel like there's a girl, and I won't say her name. It doesn't matter. They're just pure trash. That's on the Summer Wells case, and I'm sorry. I won't say their name, but I can say it. I've been off, well, not off of Summer Wells, but um, they have a child abuse charge on them, and I was just like, they got some nerve. But anyway,
Kim
it's
says, trash truck is the upper, I think you mean left-hand corner. You can see lights flashing from 600 yards away. The other two lights could be flashlights. Thank you,
oh,
Jim. Thank you, Jim.
six
Um,
600 yards.
that, and again, that's very, very possible. I don't understand why someone would put 1/4 of something out. Why won't you put the whole screen?
Yeah, yeah,
Put the whole thing out. That would save a lot. And why is Nick saying that it is the backyard, coming from the backyard or the common area? I don't want to get on it again.
yeah.
I'm just trying to.
Right.
I'm just trying to
Well, you can always write Nick and see what he tells you.
I'm going to. I'm going to.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask Seth too.
yeah,
Because I mean, I know people have questions. Because I have questions, and again, I believe Seth because he said he undoubtedly saw it.
mhm.
I agree with that, but where, if this is coming from Nick, that this is from the back area, well then this needs to be cleared up,
Yeah,
right? It needs to be cleared up. Maybe one of them is mistaken about where it came from or who got it. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
clear it up.
yeah,
And I'm gonna call it. I need to call the sheriff and be like, why can't you just say it's a trash truck?
yeah. I
Uh,
agree. I agree.
so,
Yeah, things just need to be cut and dry and just cleared up for everybody because it is it either is something or it's not something, or they need to just, for the investigation, let us know,
yeah.
hey, we can't give that information.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah, Jazz. That's not ever what I'm trying to do. But I just know if I have questions, somebody else has questions,
Hmm.
and let's find where the problem is and fix it.
Absolutely.
1 second. Uh, would like to know if Sebastian had seizures several years ago. I think he around the time Chris and Katie were together was around the time he quit having seizures, from what I understand.
Yeah, and that's why I couldn't understand why she heard a noise, if she really did, why she didn't go check, just to
Right.
make sure he's okay. Because, with seizures, you can swallow your tongue.
Well, you can't actually swallow your tongue. They say you can, but you can't. That's it. That's it.
Well,
But you can do a lot of damage to yourself. That's for sure.
yeah, and she should have went and checked. And also, they had carpet though in there, so then she changed it to she heard a thud with Nancy Grace. That has to be a pretty loud thud. What was the thud? Why would she name it that?
Mm-hmm. Hashtag what the thud.
Yeah, what the thud? What the thud?
Yeah. Seth said seizures was when he was little. Yeah, I guess it was just that. I guess it was that pocket of stuff. The fluid in his
But
head.
you know what? That's what I'm saying though. If he had seizures and he hit his head, he already had that pocket on there. He could have hit his head the wrong way and been.
Any kid, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? No, ma'am. Okay,
But
then your next question, even if you didn't check, well, what happened? What's going on?
but she didn't say she checked and had a whole conversation with him until Nancy Grace.
Yeah.
He didn't speak back to her with me, but with Nancy Grace, she had a whole freaking conversation.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't go in there and open the door because of, whatever. She shouldn't have never put that on him.
Yeah. Did Sebastian fall out of his bed? People's asked, well, had he ever fallen out of his bed? If he did, I'm sure you would probably put some rails on the side. I don't
Yeah.
see him falling out of his bed. I just don't see him falling out of his bed at 15.
No.
I just don't. I mean, yeah, it can happen, sure, it can. But did she over medicate him? Well, she didn't even say she gave him his medicine.
No, that wasn't even in the story either.
She didn't give him a bath. She didn't give him medicine. Did he have a snack? Was he drinking Coke? Was he drinking water? What was he doing? She just made it sound like he went straight to his room. She laid on the couch. And another thing I want to ask is, Seth said that video of someone coming out, can't really tell who it is. There's like a something over their head, I guess, and it's dark. What time was that?
Yeah, what time was that, matter of fact? And why would they have something over their head to take the trash out?
Yes, Sarah. But we know what kind of popcorn he had. Colossal popcorn.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
Who says that? Who says that? You go to the movie theater, you have popcorn. You sit there on your couch and watch a movie, you pop some popcorn. Go put the popcorn in the microwave. You have a big bowl of popcorn.
Right.
You know, colossal. What in the heck? Hello,
You had
whatever.
he got a large popcorn. He ate half of it, or he ate none of it, or he ate all of it. Whatever.
And,
That's
and another thing that bothers me, it really bothers me. They had his electronics so tied down, they're so convinced he wasn't smart enough or whatever to get on any internet. They had it locked down. The police said, "Oh, you have it so good that there's no way." I just can't believe, what did Chris use? I can't believe that this phone is, everything's so clean. He just couldn't do it. All right, well, I got a question for him. How come, go on. How come his phone, when he went to bed, was laying on the kitchen counter.
Mhm.
I mean, usually, whether you're going to bed or not, kid or not, they have their phone with them. And Seth even said he always had his stuff right there with him at his house. It's just normal. Why was the phone in the kitchen? Why was his phone in the kitchen? I'd just like to know that. I've never known anybody, my grandkid, nobody. The last place that you're at is where your phone is at. That's just weird
Yeah.
to me.
Cause snacks. He didn't. There's no brushing the teeth. There's no taking a bath. Did you lay his clothes out for the next morning? I don't know about you, but I lay my kids' uniforms out
Yeah,
for the next morning.
I always did too, and they hated it, but I always did too. Even if they didn't wear it, they hate it. I still did that.
Yeah. Well, my kids have to wear certain uniforms, so like they don't really get a choice. So it's either their regular uniforms or their gym uniforms. And yeah, did he have? Well, it was the weekend, so he probably didn't have homework. But yeah, there's so much missing. There's so much missing, and there's so much changed. My kids couldn't take their phones to bed. Yeah, I mean, and putting on a pull up. That's so crazy. His side teeth were getting also. Yeah. Yeah, we have a tornado warning here.
Yeah, we got bad winds and everything here.
Yes. Watch. Look how close. They look like they have notes in front of them. I'm not,
Yes, I think too. Either they have notes in front of them, or now that they're looking straight ahead, I think they're looking into either a mirror or a laptop or something.
they're looking at something, I can tell you that. I mean,
Yes.
they're yeah, tornado warning. Yeah.
Is that correct?
Correct, ma'am.
Had you visited home since you left?
Listen to this. This bothers me.
You said from when I initially left?
Yes.
He's buying time.
Yes,
Time.
ma'am. I came home February 26th. The morning I was told that he was missing.
Did you hear that, Smiley?
Yes,
He
and
came home February 26th, the morning that he came up missing.
Yeah.
Morning, really?
Morning.
Is that why you didn't get back till 1 o'clock?
Yep.
Now, look at this. I mean, yeah. If let's just say he left at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Let's say he left at 3 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. He could go all the way to Mississippi and back. But he's buying time. When you're asking a question and you're trying to think ahead, you ask the question again, or you might sound confused.
So you had been gone
Watching
for days before he went missing. Is that correct?
Correct, ma'am.
He says, correct, ma'am. She speaks up, weeks.
Had you visited home
Why
since
weeks?
you left?
You think Chris is not going to you think he's going to stay away from his house for weeks as of a control freak as he is?
No.
Not a freaking chance.
Nope.
In my opinion.
You said from when I initially left?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I came home February 26th. The morning I was told that he was missing.
From the time that you left for the job in Memphis to February 26th, did you visit the home?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I was home. I can't give exact dates. Law enforcement has told me not to provide exact dates.
No. Law enforcement wants you to give freaking dates. That's exactly what they want you to do. Law
I don't
enforcement
believe
tells you,
that.
don't give exact dates to unless why would they ask that? Don't give exact dates from when you was home 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. What does that have to do with Sebastian going missing? What does that have to do with Sebastian going missing? Absolutely nothing.
They would want him to give those dates and tell it unless he has friends in the police force that are covering his butt.
I mean, law enforcement wants you to be as specific as possible.
Absolutely.
And if it has nothing to do with Sebastian going missing, then it's irrelevant. Just answer the friggin' question.
Answer
But
the question, and if
he
you trip
wasn't.
yourself up and you're lying, then oh well.
But he
That's happy
wants.
for them.
Yeah, but he wants to not tell us why. Was he not supposed to be home?
Yeah. Makes you wonder.
But I had been home multiple times prior to February. And then
Prior to February.
I left early February and then didn't come back till February 26th. The morning he was missing.
Prior. And now he says again, I didn't come back till February 26th, the morning he was missing.
And
so
I think
you
Go ahead.
were.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I think multiple times prior to February, in my opinion, I think that has something to do with the CPS that he told me.
Yep.
He tells Nancy it was years ago, bull crap. He told me, I think in January.
It was the end of January.
Yeah, and I think they told him he couldn't come home. Sometimes they'll remove that person from the home, or they'll make arrangements because he was working out of town to volunteer. Okay, you got to stay away until this case is closed. I believe they still had an open CPS case,
Until
DCF,
they're done
whatever they call it
investigating.
there.
Yes.
Yeah, and I believe he was not allowed back in that house.
Bingo.
Not.
But I tell you what, listen to this. I've also thought this, and I was thinking this today while I was getting ready. You know what? Chris may have not been there. Yeah, I think he came later to help, in my opinion. I think he came later to help. But if he wasn't there and Katie snapped, she may be resentful to Sebastian that Chris can't come home. She may have allegedly been drinking, was just fed up with everything. My husband can't come home because of something Sebastian said.
Yeah.
Because I believe Sebastian was trying to tell people, obviously. And she was resentful and just flipped on him.
Absolutely. And if he was not there, I believe he helped cover it up, and he knows. And it's a very huge, in my opinion, possibility that his mom and them helped cover it up as well. Now, there are people that are saying, well, first of all, Seth said when he got there that morning that Kathy was there that morning, but there are people that are telling me that his mom was up on the side of the road up there, I believe either Long Hollow Pike or somewhere up in that area, just right there by the house that morning when Katie was out looking for or
Sebastian.
whatever. So it's, what's the deal with that? I don't know. She lives 20 minutes away. I don't know. Something's really odd. Don't know. Just saying.
And Katie's and her mother-in-law's car looks identical almost.
Identical. Yes. Yep.
Home from the time you left early February till Feb 26. Is that right?
Correct, ma'am.
Where were you living in Memphis?
I have an RV trailer that I stay in at an RV park.
RV park. Okay. Following back up on that morning, you search the home, Miss Proudfoot. Then you get in your vehicle and you start searching. Did Sebastian know how to drive?
No, ma'am.
Allegedly, she was gone for 45 minutes. You can go some places in 45 minutes if you need
sure
to
can.
unload. I think he may have been taken out at that time
Yeah.
and handed to Chris, perhaps.
Yeah,
And
because Chris said he just told Nancy Grace he was there in the morning. So listen, he and then Seth and everybody said he didn't come in until the afternoon. Okay. But he could have been there. He could have been home all weekend. And then when this happened, he could have left out and been anywhere in Nashville and not come home until he timed it right in the afternoon or whatever. He could have went back to Memphis or whatever and timed it right to get home and come in that afternoon as well. You see what I'm saying? So we don't know, you know, or he could have been close by. He could have had a work phone and another phone. I just don't know, but something is not making sense about this, in my opinion.
the one thing that I do hope that they check is his family's vehicles on the highway and all of that. That is one thing that I do hope they check.
I do too.
Was your car in the same location when you woke up that morning as it was the night before?
Yes, ma'am.
Has your car been searched by police?
Multiple times. Yes, ma'am.
Have scent dogs looked at your car?
Yes, ma'am.
So your car's in the same place. You get in the car.
Why do they keep going back to that house? Why do they keep going back to that house searching? Why do they keep going back to that car searching if he walked out? Why are they looking in a dump?
Because they knew from the beginning. I mean, common sense tells them that's way before I had my interview or anybody else had their interview. They knew from the beginning the cops are not stupid. If she told them the story she's telling us, it don't make any sense. Doors are locked. Listen, the world's dumbest damn criminal, excuse me, would at least have said, I don't know if the doors are locked or not. But she literally locked herself in. And he did the same. They're on a script like other people we know, but they locked themselves in with it. At least she did. I've never heard anything like it. You know, you're the last one to be seen with. You didn't think this through. Whatever you're doing, you didn't think it through. You know, I don't know. I just don't know. It's outrageous.
It is totally.
You start looking in the neighborhood for him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you call Mr. Proudfoot, right?
I believe I was already on the phone with him at that point.
Okay. Question: who called 911?
I did.
You did.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
time?
Without looking at a call log, I can't give you the exact time, but on or about 6:20.
Tell me, why would a stepfather who is 3.5 hours away call?
That one right
She's
there really
she
got
says
me.
she says because she was too frantic, too frantic.
She
When
went
you're
to.
out driving
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
and
school's going on, and you're in traffic. I can tell you there's traffic there, there's school zones. You wasn't too frantic then. Um, I would have been so frantic I couldn't have drove. I'd have been scared I'd have run over somebody, had a wreck in a car, or
yeah,
literally physically run over somebody.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And
no.
again, call the sheriff, not 911. He
Yeah.
says you need to be transferred like it's, Smiley, like it's 1930 where you had the operators and they had to pull cables to make the damn phone call.
Hmm. And he's lied right there to Nancy Grace again. He said, "I did, but you failed to tell Miss Nancy that you did a three-way call. Why?"
Well, I think it's very interesting what Katie said here as well. She asked what kind of work she does, and she says, "I'm an installation tech."
Hmm.
Oh, for what, honey? What do
Yeah.
you do for a living, baby doll?
Yeah.
For him. Is that right?
Listen to this.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you call Mr. Proudfoot, right?
I believe I was already on the phone with him at that point.
You believe.
Okay.
Because,
Question. Who?
again, she says in another interview that um, he calls her and says the police are on their way. Remember, we just played it a little bit ago.
Yeah.
The police are on their way. You were already on the phone together. Remember, you were on a 3-way call.
Yeah.
So why does he need to call you to say police are on the way?
Yeah.
You're on a 3-way call.
Yeah.
Called 911.
I did.
You did.
You're mute.
Someone just said in chat a minute ago that it looks like she was going to say she did. She opens her mouth. Look how she does it.
Mr. Proudfoot, right?
I believe I was already on the phone with him at that point.
Next question, right here.
Okay. Question. Who called 911?
I did.
You did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
time?
Without looking at a call log, I can't give you the exact time, but on or about 6:20.
And had you guys been talking on the phone before 6 a.m. or did you initially call Mr. Proudfoot at the time you realized Sebastian was gone?
I called him when I realized Sebastian was gone.
Have you guys been out looking for Sebastian?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We were given information that you guys have left the home. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Here we go.
I'm going back to work.
Oh, because in the beginning of the interview, he said, "My work's up in the air." So why are you there? I'm going back to work. But 10 minutes before that, you just said, you don't know about your job. It's up in the air. She said, gone, not missing. Mm-hmm. So why are you there? If you're if if you're going back to work, then your job can't be up in the air. It's one or the other. If your job's up in the air, why are you there? And
Right.
especially Katie, why the hell are you there? But she's getting ready to answer that.
You're going back to work. What about you, Miss Proudfoot?
No, I'm not going back to work. Not yet, at least.
Did you leave the home also, Miss Proudfoot?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
To accompany my husband going back to work, and then I'm coming back.
To accompany him going back to work, and then she's coming back. Did she ever accompany him before going to work? What sense does that make? Tell me, what sense does that make? I'm going to accompany him while he goes back to work, while it's up in the air. I'm going to accompany him. It's not like she has a child missing or anything, right?
Yeah. She needs to sit there and accompany the front door and see if her child comes through it. So she said, because they say, we'll be waiting for him to come. He's not in trouble.
So,
And he'll have all kinds of friends then. You know, that.
yeah. So I've got this slowed down a little bit, so they might sound a little drunk. They're not, I promise you. Well, I can't promise you. I can promise you Nancy isn't, but I can't promise you these two aren't. But so we can sometimes you really understand things better when it's slowed down. It's just slowed down to 0.75. So that's why, because I can't tell you the times I've slowed things down, because sometimes you're waiting for the next word, and then when it's slow, you're noticing each single word.
Mhm.
It's very
Okay, when will you be back? Do you know yet?
No, not yet.
Are you concerned about being away while the search is ongoing?
no.
Absolutely, I am.
Then why are you going?
Because my son could be anywhere, and we're looking everywhere and anywhere.
No, you're not. You're not looking anywhere. Nowhere.
I've got a question for you. I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
to find out about Mr. Proudfoot hitting Sebastian
Watch Nancy here.
with a belt. What happened?
That was actually several years ago, and it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot,
one-
to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Proudfoot, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you were
You
asking me,
did.
Katie.
You did not.
Sebastian had gotten in trouble. He got caught lying.
He's nervous.
And I had asked him, I said, hey, you got to have a punishment for this. He says, yes, sir. And I said, okay. So I gave him a swat with a belt on his buttocks on the outside of his clothes, one swat.
Oh,
So
he didn't
so
tell her the punishment had to fit the crime.
right. And so in the 6 years that you've known him, Mr. Proudfoot, Sebastian, Mr. Proudfoot, he's never gotten in trouble like that in 6 years. Yeah, and who says buttocks? I agree. So what did you do the other times that he got in trouble? Because yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that is no. He's so nervous there. Oh, got caught.
What did he lie about?
I honestly, I don't remember at the time, but
Well, let me refresh you, Mr. Proudfoot. You told Smiley that he didn't wear his belt, or he lied about wearing a belt. He forgot it and he lied to you. So you hit the child because he forgot a freaking belt. Do you know how many times, at least once a week, we're driving to school, and by the time I'm like out of my road, oh, I forgot this. Turn back around, right? I'm like, why don't you all pick this up or something? I might say that, but you don't hit a kid because they forget something. I forget stuff every day. Every freaking day. I have a memory of a goldfish. How the hell can I expect anyone else to not forget something? We're human beings.
Yeah.
You hit an autistic child because he forgets a belt.
Absolutely. That's just
You know
insane.
what? Maybe Katie, maybe Chris, you should say, you got everything with you, right? Got your belt? Do that. That's what I do half the time. And half the time I forget, but I'm like, do you got this? Do you got this? We do a checklist, right? Before we leave. Got your folders, got your homework.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
it was probably something dealing with school because that's majority where his issues lie.
Did he have other issues at school?
Some behavioral stuff, but nothing too crazy.
What kind of behavioral stuff?
Um, he has a hard time. He's like awkwardly socially like blending in with students, so it's a little. He's trying to figure out how to do it, but respecting people's space. He gets a little too close.
Same, Eric.
And then kids don't really accept that too much, so it kind of causes an issue. But he'll not stop and he continues on. So then it causes an issue, and instead of being honest about it, he'll lie like, "No, I didn't."
That pissed me
Okay,
off.
Sebastian.
Mocking.
He mocked this baby while this child is missing.
Yeah.
Mocked. That burns me up.
Yep.
Watch his face. Okay, Sebastian.
So it kind of causes an issue.
Watch this.
But he'll not stop and he continues on. So then it causes an issue, and instead of being honest about it, he'll lie like, "No, I didn't." Okay, Sebastian.
And he wants to smile.
Was that
Yeah, he doesn't forget it. Is she saying something there?
the first time?
Did she say something there?
Was that?
She started to.
Continues on. So then it causes an issue, and instead of being honest about it, he'll lie like, "No, I didn't." Okay, Sebastian.
Was that the first time?
Yeah, she says
Was that
something
the
there.
first time you
I
had
think
ever?
she said her lying. I think she said her lying about.
She says something there. She certainly does. What is she saying?
And instead of being honest about it, he'll lie like, "No, I didn't." Okay, Sebastian.
Or lying about two.
Was that the first time? Was that the
She says lying about something.
Or lying about two or more something. You witch. Why is she doing her kid like that? And Nancy ain't even paying no attention to her. She is so, oh, Katie. Mm. See, I be all crying and missing my son and everything else, and she's just trying to throw him up under the bus all the way and run over him over and over again. For what?
the first time you had ever hit him with a belt?
Yes, ma'am. The one and only time, actually.
Bullshit.
When was this?
Years ago, ma'am.
Any idea how many?
It's amazing how you can just sit
3,
there and lie.
10, 1?
It probably at least 3 years ago.
3 years.
I don't understand how that turned into a CPS or Child Protective Services complaint. How were they alerted that you hit him with a belt?
That did not turn into a CPS service call.
There were other CPS reports, right? Were they regarding your other child?
There is one in regards to my daughter that I know of out in New Mexico with my ex-wife and myself.
What happened?
At the time, my ex-wife had fled to New Mexico with my daughter. We were going through a custody and a divorce case at that time. And at the time, when I'd call and try to check in on my daughter, I could never reach my ex-wife at that time. So a welfare check was requested. Law enforcement told me to call CPS if I had concerns. So I called CPS. Law enforcement did make a welfare call, and that was it.
Then how does that turn into a CPS complaint against you?
I have no idea, ma'am. There's a lot of misinformation out there right now in regards to my New Mexico case that actually has no relevance to the.
Well, it's very funny, the misinformation, because you just told Smiley a whole different story. Told you a whole different story, Smiley.
Yeah, he did.
He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. I can't with that man. I'm telling you. He is a cluster.
Yeah.
All right. You going live?
Not right now. I might later. I don't know. I don't know for
Okay.
sure. I went live today. I went live this morning.
Oh, really? What time would you live?
Oh God, I don't know. It was early. It was about, well, it wasn't too early. It was about 9 or something like that this morning. But I
Way
might
over.
later. I might. Who knows?
Okay. Well, Smiley might go live later, so check that out.
Mhm.
I'll be live on my third channel in a little bit.
Yay.
So make sure come over there for a little bit. I'm almost at my hours that I need to be monetized on that channel.
Oh, good. Yay.
So
Good, good. Well,
thank you,
thank you
Rach.
for having me up.
Oh, of course. Love to have you up. Hey, Rach, just Rach, email me or call me, text me something. I'd like to hear those things that, in your opinion, you got. Thank you, Pine Needle. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been crazy busy, but I miss everybody. I try to pop in and pop out.
Something's got to give.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I
What
love
does
it.
your shirt say? More issues than Vogue?
Yes, yes, and I do, honey. I got more issues than Vogue. I went and got my hair did earlier. I finally got a little break today, and I'm like, oh, I got me some little bangs here. How you like them?
Seb telling CPS will screw up Faith's custody case.
What happened?
I don't know what you mean by that. I'm sorry. Seth? You mean Seth? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Seth
Yeah, thank
telling.
you for that.
Seth telling what? What'd they say?
So like Madonna. Seth telling CPS will, I guess means Seth, screw up Faith's custody case. 3-hour cell.
I hope it screws it up from Chris getting.
Oh yeah, it's going to.
Yeah.
It's going to. Yeah.
Yeah. I sure do. I hope so.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who will be on soon? Trevor's going to be on soon. And I might see if Josh will, but he's him and Chris and Dr. forget the doctor's name. He's I got his book too.
Josh is
There's
moving up big time. He's
he's
only
moving
left
up.
little people behind.
He's moving up like George and Wheezy. He's got a great opportunity there. He's got a
Yes.
really good opportunity.
Yes.
So he's going to be the producer of that.
Josh is?
Dr. Gary. Yeah, he's going to
Oh,
produce the show. Yeah.
cool. Cool
I mean,
beans.
he's gonna talk, right? But
Yeah.
you know,
I'm happy for him.
Ricardo, thank you.
Don't forget us little people, Josh.
Listen, I got his phone number.
I got his
call
phone
him
number
all-
too. What you talking about, honey?
No, I call him all the time. He ain't
He
gonna
just
forget
better
me.
answer me. I'm still his friend.
Of course. Good. He's
Blow
good.
me off.
Oh, Sebastian. Sebastian telling CPS will screw up Faith custody case. Oh, gotcha. Yes. That could have been something, a lot of people have thought, that it could, be something. Could, he could have been scared that was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, y'all.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin. I'm gonna hop down now. I'm gonna charge
Thank
my
you.
phone. Actually, I'm on my phone now.
Oh, okay.
All
right,
right.
guys. Loves. Good night. God bless. I will see y'all. If you guys want to join me on, what is it? Hey Sweetie, my third channel. It's just where we talk about anything and everything. Come join us over there. I'm sure the mods have dropped it, or you can just look up Hey Sweet Tea, TEA. See you guys later. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next one.